Hello viewers, today we are going to see about the working principle of the solenoid. Basically a solenoid can be viewed as a which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So it is mainly used for that kind of purpose, but we will see how it works. So these are all slots. So it's a long solenoid. We have shown you only portion of the solenoid. So the wire, the conductors will go like this. It goes like this in a helical format. So if you see, we already know the right hand rule. So the winding is in this direction and the magnetic field is in this direction. Okay. Now what happens is, because when the current flows through the conductor in the helical path, the surrounding field, because of the current flowing, the surrounding field of each conductor, actually there will be a bunch of wires, but for explanation we are considering each and every wire. You all know that when a conductor carries a current, there is a magnetic field. So therefore if you see here, this field acts anti-clockwise, this field is also anti-clockwise. But then, because of this force, this field and this field in opposite direction, the net field will be zero. Similarly, it happens for everywhere. The same thing happens. Similarly, it happens this side also. Actually, the conductor comes here, moves in these slots and goes like this. So we can view the conductor current is coming out of this, okay, whereas here it is entering. That's why we put cross here. The dotted line indicates it is coming out and the cross line goes inside. So because of this nature, along the slots where the current carrying conductors are coming out and going in, the magnetic field gets cancels out. Therefore, the total electric field, magnetic field is concentrated in between these two structures, these two conductors. So it will be in this path. So it is concentrated at the center of the loop. We can say loop, but this loop is a continuous loop. Therefore, the magnetic field is concentrated at the center. Here, all the divergent magnetic field tries to enter, and here if you see, it is uniform, concentrated, and the density is very high at this P point, okay, this point, middle point. Whereas if you see outside, the field is highly negligible because the field gets cancels out. Therefore, the field outside the solenoid is zero or almost negligible. You need not consider that, okay. So the same diagram as I have drawn here. So the concentration is in the magnetic flux density B or magnetic field is concentrated here. This portion alone I have drawn here. I have already told you these dotted lines indicates wire is coming out and the wire is entering in this cross line, that is it is going inside the board. That means the helical loop is like this, okay. So the magnetic field strength is concentrated in the middle of the loop, okay. Now we consider any 2 points where the conductor coming out and going in. We will check out for the magnetic field. So if you see from D to A and from B to C, both the fields are in opposite. Therefore, the magnetic field due to AD and BC is zero. And already we have seen outside this it is negligible. Therefore, CD is zero. So the 99% of the field appears only along the axis of the solenoid, which is along AB, okay. So only and this loop is called Ampere-in loop. So because unit is Ampere-in loop. So now if you see here, we have the right hand rule. The field coils are coming this way, therefore magnetic field is moving in this direction. Okay, so let us see the important points so far discussed. Wire wound in the form of helix. I already told you the wire is in the form of helix. When it comes this side, it is shown as dot. When it goes inside to the board, it is shown as cross. Okay. The net magnetic field is the vector sum. Yes. Each and every point produces a magnetic field. But you have to add all those magnetic field together, and I already told you how vectors in opposite direction gets cancelled out, and outside the solenoid the magnetic field is very weak, therefore we are neglecting. So the major component of the magnetic flux density vector is along in this direction, so that gives the maximum flux density. Okay. So basically it is a vector sum. We have to go by vector addition. Field at the midpoint P is uniform, strong and along the axis of solenoid. So field at the midpoint here is uniform, strong and along the axis of the solenoid. This is the axis of the solenoid. This point you have to remember. Okay. The field at the exterior midpoint Q is weak. Now if you consider some other point here, P is strong. Here it is strong, whereas outside it is weak. I already told you CD is 0. In this ampere in loop, CD is 0. BC is a magnetic field is 0. BC is 0. AD is also 0. AD is also 0. So the only field that is contributing is only along the AB in the ampere in loop. So this part alone provides the maximum flux density along the axis of solenoid. Okay. So the enclosed current is the current in the solenoid, in the windings, helical windings, is given by I into N times H, where N is the number of turns and X is the distance, length of the solenoid. Now we have taken only this portion. If it is very big, you must include that length. So, final answer for magnetic flux density B is equal to mu naught N into Y. That means it depends on the number of turns of the coil and the current through the coil. Mu naught is a constant. Okay. Permeability of free space, it's a constant. So, this value is constant. So, the only thing by which we can improve the magnetic flux density, we can increase the number of turns, or we can increase the current through the coil, or we can increase both. So that's all about the explanation and working principle of general solenoid. In some other videos I will explain some practical solenoid with data sheets. I will explain those fine details, what's happening within the solenoid. Hope I have one more video. I have a driver circuit for solenoid, how it is going to work. I have posted one video on that, the driver circuit for solenoid. Please view that content also to have a better understanding how a solenoid is connected to a circuit. So with this short introduction and some basics of solenoid, I hope that you have understood the content. Thanks for watching. Nandri.